Hi, I'm Troy Bailey and welcome to the Comic Book Movie Collector's Guide, a show about collecting all things superhero cinema. And today we're looking at Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons. Let's get into it. Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons is an animated superhero film with a runtime of 87 minutes. It was originally planned to air as a 12-part episode web series on the CW Seed. These plans were cancelled after the first episode appeared on the CW Seed on the 6th of January 2020. The first episode and the 11 subsequent episodes that were not shown on the CW Seed were later repurposed into a direct-to-video animated movie, Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons, the movie, with a digital release on the 4th of August 2020, and later on DVD and Blu-ray on the 18th of August 2020. It was directed by Sung Jin Ahn and was written by DeMatteis, with the film being produced by Warner Bros. Animation and distributed by Warner Bros. Home Entertainment. While existing as a direct-to-video DC animated film like Batman Ninja, it is considered a standalone entry that is not part of the DC original animated universe series of movies. The film tells the story of Slade Wilson-aka the super assassin called Deathstroke, who 10 years earlier made a tragic mistake when trying to save his son from the secret organization known as H.I.V.E. Now, a decade later, Wilson's sins of his past are back to haunt him when his family is threatened once again by a newly resurrected H.I.V.E. Okay, the case and disc. Now, I got the Blu-ray edition. I believe this is pretty much the stock standard cover you'll see across the board. I really do love the look of that cover. That is very eye-catching. I do like that a lot. Nice, great painted cover there of Deathstroke, and on the side, pretty stock standard spine, nothing too special there. And of course the back, another great picture there of a Deathstroke and Bronze Tiger battling it out. I do like that. As for the disc, it's all black, and you can barely see, I don't know if you can see it there, but you can barely see him on there. I would have preferred maybe a colour one maybe, or something a bit better, but that dark is really not really catching that disc real well. Overall, it does look good. I do like the look of it. The disc is probably the only thing that lets us down, but I would probably give this an 8 out of 10. The story and script. Now, this initially was a 12-part series, and I feel they did a really good job of making it into a movie without showing a bunch of individual episodes that were just kind of tacked together. The story itself was good because at its core it's a story about family and redemption of past sins, but it had this whole stopping the secret organization H.I.V.E. from world domination just being like a secondary story to support the main one about a man created to be a killing machine trying to find his way in this world, you know, where he fits in and fits in this world around him. It's very reminiscent, I felt, of like the Rambo movies with a very similar type of theme, and I think they do a good job of it. They're sort of giving us a real insight into the origins of the man Slade Wilson as opposed to his alter ego Deathstroke, with Slade struggling to navigate his way, you know, as a husband, father and family man, but excelling as Deathstroke, this one-man killing machine with a purpose. Overall, it's great. Not perfect, but it is great. So I would probably give this a 28 out of 30. From page to screen. Now, DC are really up in the ante with this one in the adult stakes, with this one being the most violent animated DC movie to date, but it does work. It does work for this character and his story. Now, the animation style was simple but stylized, which I didn't hate, but I didn't love it either. The look of the characters were great though, very in line with their new 52 versions. they've had of late, and with the voice actors doing a great job across the board, with the likes of Michael Chiklis as Deathstroke doing a great job there, Sasha Alexander as Adeline Kane, Chris Joy Alex as Jackal, and Colin Salmon as William Wintergreen. Overall, great rendition on screen of all of the characters. So with that, I would give this a 19 out of 20. Okay, special features. Now, unlike a lot of the other DC Direct movies that just have a trailer for the next movie, this time we get a featurette instead of a trailer, which is great. And this one is Deathstroke One Man Death Machine featurette, featuring some of the writers and artists that have shaped the character over the years. And it only goes for about 10 minutes or so, but it is a great watch. It gives some great insight into Deathstroke, you know, who he is and what the character was about. Definitely a great view on there. Now, for that, because we don't have just the trailer anymore, we've got something else. I am going to give this a 7 out of 10. Critics review. Now, the critic score came in at 80% and the audience score came in at 56%. Wow, I am very surprised at this. I thought the audience score would have been much higher than that. And I think the critics got what this story was about, but it seems like the audience missed it somehow on this one, which is disappointing. But I did get a laugh at one audience reviewer on Rotten Tomatoes, which I'll put up here, who said that, "I'm tired of these ex-special forces, mercenaries, killing machine characters." Dude, seriously, this guy is the OG in that genre, mate. What the hell were you expecting from this movie anyway? You know, Jesus Christ, come on. Fair dinkum. He is the original. He is the original. So with that, if we round it all up, we get a score of 7 out of 10. Okay, my review. This was a great watch all round. Not only do you get like a deeper story about Slade's past and his story of redemption, it's all wrapped up in this action-packed movie, shall we say, with some great action sequences and fight scenes scattered throughout the film. I would like the animation of the film to be a little bit more in line with the rest of the DC animated universe, or even some little better than what it was. It wasn't terrible, but just sometimes it just came off cheap looking, which is a shame. They deserved a better look to it. But for me, this is probably the only real gripe I have. And maybe the script could have had another pass, but overall, really solid job on this one. And with that, I give it an 18 out of 20. Final thoughts. So first up, we'll look at the collectability, and if we look at the collector scale, this one would probably sit at your comic book fan and up. This would be a great watch for any comic book fan and a nice addition to any collection. But this is a hard no-go for the kids, okay? Poor buggers will be traumatized after watching this flick for sure. Now, as far as availability is on this one is definitely sitting at the common side. You will have no trouble at all finding this one at any of your retail outlets, or you will be able to find every version you're looking for on eBay. Now, as far as your average price goes, you are looking at anywhere from $14 to $25 on DVD and $16 to $35 on Blu-ray, but no 4K as yet. For the final score, I would give this a grand total of 87 out of 100. That's a great score for what I think was a good movie. Not as great as it could have been, but still good movie nonetheless, and a must-have for any comic book fan. So go pick up a copy for yourself.
Let it go, child. You've done well. Made me proud. Now let's move on with our plans.
Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, why not hit the like, subscribe and notification buttons, as it really helps the channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you enjoyed this movie and if you've picked up a copy for yourself for your collection. Now, at the moment, I'm also taking requests, so if there's a review you want to see, you can contact me via email at thecomicbookmoviecollector@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on the socials at Comic Book Movie Collector on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All the links will be down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.